beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This can be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, just check out the description below, and I'd be happy to assist you with doing so. Please remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up, okay? Thank you all for your participation and your kindness. Collective, it looks like that we're starting off today with the energy of the Lover's card. There could be someone that you have met recently that has their eye on you, someone that you feel you have a lot of like-minded energy in common, okay? You could feel very connected to this person at this time. You could feel this is your soulmate, okay? You could also be in the energy of using the law of attraction. You could be manifesting this person into your life, but I'm picking up it will be something like love at first sight, okay? For those of you who believe in it, some do, some don't. But when you meet this person, you will feel like an energetic pull towards this person as if you've known them before, or you will feel like there's like-minded energy, the kind of energy where you will make eye contact with a total stranger and feel like a burst of bliss, okay? And so the next card we have here is a death card. It's in the upright position here. And this is Scorpio season, and this is a Scorpio placement card here. And so it looks like your love life, collective, is going through a transformation. Maybe possibly you have experienced being in a lot of connections where you didn't feel you connected to people whom you've had an opportunity with. You just didn't have anything in common with them. It doesn't mean they're a bad person, doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just simply means you had nothing in common. But moving forward, it looks like there is new love energy in the air for you, collective, okay? And it's going to feel like you've known this person before. It's going to feel familiar to you. Maybe there is a relationship that you have experienced with someone you're no longer with, where you could remember, or maybe you go into reflection mode of how passionate, the relationship was, how much like-minded, loving energy that you shared with that person when you were with them. Now, the reason you're not with them, I'm not saying that, but Spirit is saying when you come across this new person, it's going to feel familiar to you. It's going to feel like some kind of love that you've experienced before in your past, okay? So very beautiful. Love is in the air, collective, okay? Love is in the air, okay? And so when you meet this new love interest, if you choose to move forward or exchange numbers or go out with this person, be sure to make sure you're keeping your romantic life confidential. No one needs to know what's going on with any potential candidates who may be in your life. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm pretty sure that you love this vibe. All contributions are highly appreciated, and I thank you kindly. I thank you so kindly. Okay? But either way, Spirit is saying be mindful of keeping this one to yourself, okay? Keep your cards close to your chest, Spirit is saying. Not because you need to be anxious or worried or paranoid, but simply because this relationship, this energy is one that you have not experienced in a while, okay? It's an energy that you deserve to experience. You deserve to be in a connection where there's reciprocity, where you're being respected and honored. You've been there, done that with being in relationships and people trying to come in between, maybe you and your lover. This could have been siblings. This could have been best friends or family members, who may have been judgmental or tried to intercept your relationships in the past. So Spirit is saying, moving forward with this new love interest, be sure to keep this to yourself. Kind of keep your love life private, basically. No one needs to know, how the date went, when you're going out with them, who are they, where they work, what they make. That's nobody's business. If you choose to be intimate with your partner or this person, that's nobody's business, To each his own, you have free will, but Spirit is saying, even if you could avoid, if you decide to date this person, and let's say agree to be exclusive. Okay. It would even be wise not to post this person on your social media account. I know that is a thing to do for some people. Some people love giving outsiders the blueprint to their personal life. But Spirit is saying it would be wise. You can do whatever you want to not post this person on your social media account. So there is some kind of energy coming in that may be trying to intercept. And Spirit wants you to be able to enjoy this connection, this new love experience. Because you've been through the worst already in the past. You've been in relationships where people weren't honest with you, where you had people trying to possibly compete with you, maybe to date your lover or try to take your lover or partner from you. Just a lot of negative energy in your past when you were dating, or maybe you're someone who's either been married and maybe you're divorced. Maybe there were people trying to come in between your marriage, okay? Family, friends, okay? So you deserve this opportunity. So Spirit is saying the less that you reveal about your personal life, collective, the more successful you are likely to be. Not to say that life is going to be perfect, but the less you share, not just in your love life, about yourself, keeping your personal business private. Everything does not need to be exposed, okay? Because there are people who will make up lies. There are people who will see a picture on your account and say, oh, that's him. Oh, I know him. I used to date him. And that person could just be lying to you. You see, that's just an example for someone who needs to know of why that message is being conveyed. There are great people. There are great men and women that exist in the world. Doesn't matter how many, bad experiences that you have had. For as many negative experiences that you have had socially or romantically, when it comes to encounters, collective, there are double to triple the amounts of people, both male and female, that are decent people who are worthy, and willing to be patient with you and respect you and honor you in return. So, don't sweep the dust out the door. Don't assume because of your past experience that there aren't great people in the world. See, this is your time, collective, and this is what they want you to know with the Four of Swords. You see how this person is relaxing in this tub here, but that sword is on the side. It's like on guard, This is an energy of resting, relaxing, and rejuvenating. This is something that you have deserved because you've been there, done that. You've had your heart broken before. You've experienced people wanting to compete with you, okay? People very close to you wanting to compete with you and intercept. But this is your time to be loved and relax and rejuvenate, male or female. You could be a male figure who's been through a lot with female counterparts or whatever your preference is. All are welcome on this channel. Okay, so that's why the message is being conveyed in that manner. They don't want you to move forward and be under the energy of paranoia or have some kind of anxiety about this new connection because of past experiences. They want you to be able to relax, take that bath, put your bath salts in there, light you a candle, and you can take this sword and you don't have to get rid of it, but you can lie it down. It doesn't have to be in position where you can grab it. So they're trying to help you shift your perception about how you see love relationships, romantic connections, and making sure that you stay in alignment, with your heart chakra open and not be closed off. They don't want you feeling any kind of anxiety. So that's why they're saying to keep your business to yourself. You give them nothing, they have nothing to work with. You share and reveal every part of you, and, instead of remaining a mystique, then you're giving them something to work with. Okay. So, yeah. And so the next card we have here is a beautiful Ten of Cups. And so this is, utilizing, the wisdom gained over time, learning to keep your personal life private. This is coming in heavy. So this is being conveyed, and they're having me repeat this because collective, there has been someone around you who has been double crossing you, just not being honest with you. You may be aware of who this person is, or you may not. There may have been some relationships in your past, and you had no reason, you didn't know why maybe you and your partner began to grow apart, or the energy started to shift and change, and you didn't know why. Okay, but you didn't know why. But there were people close to you, whether you are aware of this or not, family, friends, whomever, relatives, neighbors, who were doing deceitful behavior. I'll just say that. Okay, up under your nose and behind your back. And so there's a strong message of you deserving this harmony. And even if you're someone, you may say, hey, I don't want children. That's okay. But this still represents having harmony, abundance, and overflow as you see the liquids flowing out of those cups of bliss, happiness, prosperity, whether you want to have children or not. Okay. All are welcome on this channel. Okay. This reading could also represent two women, two men. Okay. A male, a female. Okay. Whatever your preference is. So put it where it resonates, flip it and reverse it for yourself, darling. Okay. And so, what they're asking of you with the high priestess energy, your ancestors are nudging you and trying to assist you and give you guidance into how to have a successful, not successful, but success. No, I'm not going to say success. They're trying to nudge you, collective, and show you how to have a peaceful, love relationship with your spouse or your partner. There is a way not to be perfect, but to have less trauma and drama and toxic energy. Once again, they're telling me to hold it up going on. Less competitive behavior, people competing with you that you're unaware of. You're busy minding your business, going to work, doing you, and little do maybe your best friend or a neighbor or something is trying to compete with you, or they're eyeing your partner or making googly eyes, and that kind of energy. And so what they're doing, they're forewarning you and letting you know the less of your personal life, not just with romance, that you share with people, the less likely you are to have conflict or confrontations in your life. The less likely you are to constantly experience the Three of Swords. They're trying to take you out of this energy because I'm picking up you have experienced this. You could be called the hopeless romantic or considered to be that. Maybe people that know you know that when it comes to your love life, hey, the collective be going through it, this is something people know, but they're trying to shift that narrative. They're giving you the secret sauce, and it's privacy, keeping personal things private. You don't need to discuss what's going on in the bedroom with you and your partner. You don't need to discuss the size of anything or what it feels like or what it tastes like. Yes, I just said that. You don't need to discuss what's in somebody's bank account. That is no one's business. And hopefully your partner is wise enough not to share your info either. But this is if you date this person, you decide to be exclusive. This is a conversation that you should have with each other. Hey, I love you, you love me. We're going to make this work, but let's put some things on the table. We have to, have some rules and some boundaries that we're not going to cross. Let's keep our business to ourselves. If we're angry or upset, we're not going to go and tell our family members what's going on, because let me tell you something, or friends, when you're angry and you're upset at your partner, whether you're married or not, it makes no sense to take that business outside of your household, because sooner or later that information is just going to like cycles, it's going to resurface and come right back to you. Someone's going to throw it in your face, or they're going to take the narrative and twist it and spread it around like Miracle Whipple mustard and add some things to it. And before you know it, you have a lot of mess going on in your household that could have been avoided. So they want you to be more private, and don't disclose your information about your life, period. About your life. You do not, there is nothing, Spirit is saying there is nothing these people whom you are sharing your personal business with, there is nothing that they can offer you. That's what they're saying. There's nothing they can offer you. Okay? So allow the sun to shine in your life. Allow yourself to have a rebirth. allow yourself to date this person, toxic free, get to know each other, court each other, take your time without having people in your business, without worrying about the judgment of others. Allow this to happen, but you can allow this by keeping things private. There is no need to go and announce and give people the blueprint of who you are and letting people know every little step you take, outsiders will be there. There's no need for that. When we are adults, we can act adult like. It's not show and tell, okay? All right? Because there are people who will make up things. I guess there's someone, I don't know, who's around you or someone you're connected to who has a deceptive nature. No one is perfect. People do make mistakes, both men and women from time to time. But there are people who make up lies on people too, collective. And you don't want to be caught up and, be shocked or upset at what you see or what you hear because you chose to share your personal information. And little do you know, the person that is talking to you or gossiping with you, they're making it up. They're making it up, then they're possibly going behind your back laughing about it. They believe me. Now they about to break up, that kind of energy. Okay. All right. So yeah, love is in the air. And this is just a reminder to leave the past behind. Okay. You don't have to be naive or, gullible. This is not saying be oblivious as you move forward in your love life. The spirit is simply saying leave the past where it is, expect a positive outcome, trust and know there are great people in the world, no matter what you have been through. As you move forward in life, when it comes to dating, love, relationships, marriage, blah, 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 if you have a negative experience, it doesn't matter whether you were left at the altar. It doesn't matter whether you've caught somebody sleeping in the bed with someone else. It doesn't matter if you find out your partner is cheating. I mean, I can go on and on. Those situations may be hurtful or devastating in the moment, but it's only to teach you and make you wiser and stronger. And also to show you how strong you are. When we go through experiences in life that are very, tragic, sad, depressing, or just hard for us, or give us any kind of dis-ease in our hearts or in our minds that makes you very emotional, it's just to help you grow and to show you how strong you really truly are, especially with romantic connections. You have to have practice in order to learn about who you are and know what you want and what you don't want. And so a lot of these relationships that you possibly had in the past, collective, they were just to teach you and show you who you are and what it is that you don't want when it comes to your love life or a husband or a wife. So if you are someone who's experienced maybe a partner cheating, maybe you did get left at the altar. Okay, maybe that did happen. That came up from nowhere. Maybe you did catch someone in the bed sleeping with someone. Either way, whatever the situation is, male or female, do not internalize those events as the end all be all and close your heart chakra off and gain, a negative mindset when it comes to dating, loving again, being in a committed relationship, because there are great people in the world. And I have to hold it up again. There is someone out there for you. Like attracts like. So do not be fooled and think just because of one relationship, maybe this is someone maybe you grew up with or someone you thought you would be around forever. Doesn't matter. That situation didn't work out because you were practicing. You were in preparation for the blessing. You were in preparation for the real one who is on your vibration, who can give you that reciprocity, okay? Who is emotionally available for you as well. We cannot force ourselves or force anyone to be with us or want to stay with us. There is nothing that makes a partner stay in a relationship. There are a lot of pump faking and lies and illusions going around. It's not about who's the best and who's the best. And when it comes to the sexual side, it's not about how good it is or how big it is. It's not even about the money. The only thing that makes a person want to stay in a relationship is a person that wants to be there. Point blank, period. It's not about who got the smallest waistline. It's not about who got the biggest derriere. None of that. The person that wants to be with you will choose you for who you are wholeheartedly. Nothing less than the best. Nothing less and nothing more. That's all to it. But all the things that we are told and programmed to think that it's about aesthetics. Aesthetics is the outside. Your image, your body image, all those things will change and reform over time. Doesn't mean you're not still beautiful or handsome, but those are things that will fade. This is just an avatar that we are in. They will change over time. So nothing makes a partner stay but a person that wants to be there. And I know it's tough for people to receive that, but it's the truth. It's because we've been programmed. I get it. It takes time to allow the process of the unlearning to begin in your life and know your truth and stand in your truth of what reality really is. Right now, the whole world is receiving a massive dose of reality, and people don't like what they see. But guess what? We have to go in the flow and adjust. We have to go in the flow of things and simply adjust. No matter what changes are happening, trust and know that there's a higher power working for you and working with you on your behalf. Trust in your ancestors. Do the best you can and remain grateful. What else can you do but what you can and surrender the rest? Doesn't matter what your belief system is. Once again, all are welcome on this channel. It's not about the money. Many think it's about the money. It is not about the money. There are people with money right now who are very stressed out, under pressure. Some of them are incarcerated, can't get free. Okay. I could go on and on. Okay. Yes, it is nice to create. Yes, it's nice to experience life and give yourself options. Okay. But no one stays but a person that wants to stay. A man that wants to stay and will be faithful. There are men and women who are faithful and loyal in the world. Now, that may be hard, once again, for people to consume because of prior experiences, but don't believe the lies. The ancestors are telling me to share this message with you, to not believe the lies. Love is possible. There is someone for everyone. We all are uniquely, individually, divinely created for a reason. And those prior experiences are not for you to throw in the towel and say, oh, I'm not going to date nobody no more. No, those prior experiences were to teach you so that you'll be ready when the sun comes out and you'll be able to get on that carousel like this beautiful child here and smile ear to ear with gratitude, being grateful and thankful for all the experiences that are molding you into the person you are becoming. Male or female, gender is fluid in tarot, okay? With the high priestess here. This is someone who has a lot of wisdom and not very much a chatty patty. The high priestess energy knows what to share and what not to share. The high priestess knows what to leave on reserve. They're very mindful of what they will distribute to you or with you. And very observant as well. Less likely to speak, more likely to be observant and more silent. Less talk and more observation. Do their actions match their words? So it looks like growth and development is where your love life is taking you and has been taking you, and you are receiving confirmation, not a coincidence, that things are getting better. And there are kind people out here. There are loyal people out here, both male and female, whatever your preference is, who is willing to meet you halfway and give you that equal give and take. If you're loving, they're willing to love you back. If you're giving, they're willing to give you back. If you're faithful, there are people who are faithful. Oh, yeah, they are. There is. Yeah. So the Wheel of Fortune, it's confirming that things are changing. This is what we're speaking about. And it's changing for your highest good. So, remain optimistic about your current love life and your situation, as well as the near future. And if you are in a loving relationship already, or you may be joined in union, you may have had that Saturn connection, that matrimony, your relationship will enhance for the greater good. Okay. All right, so you can flip it and reverse the message that you are receiving, expect a positive outcome, expect things to get better, okay? Not just by yourself. This is, if you're in a committed relationship and, things, you need to talk to your partner, maybe you need to have that conversation. Maybe you need to be one on one. And if you're in a relationship where you can't talk to your partner, well, there go your answer right there. You need to be riding with her. You need to be in the back seat, the driver's seat. Like, oh, excuse me, I heard you're getting out of here. You got space for another one? Okay, if you're with a partner who becomes upset when you say, baby, we need to talk, or I haven't been feeling right, I feel like we're growing apart, we need to talk. And if a person becomes upset, and this is your spouse, whether you're married or not, or live in spouse, well, that's your answer. You need to be in the car with this lady right here and looking back at the clouds saying, whew, sheesh, I dodged that one. Confirmation, sheesh, with the wedding cake falling over. I dodged that one. And another thing, Spirit is saying, be grateful for those connections. This is for somebody who needs to hear it. Be grateful when people show you who they are, because they're blessing you and showing you where not to waste your time any longer. So be grateful when people show you who they are, okay? Um, when situations don't work out, I'm pretty sure, collective, there are some connections that you can think about and you wipe your forehead and say, sheesh, I dodged that one. I'm glad that connection didn't work out, or I'm glad that engagement didn't work out. Not for everybody, but for some. So that's for somebody who needs to hear it. Those moments were to teach you and to build you and to show you who you are. Just about all of those things we experience, not just in our love life, when we go through something tragic, sad, good, or bad, it's to build us. It's for us. We're here to learn and grow. We're here to learn and grow, okay? Learning and observation. Through the observation, there's supposed to be some form of growth in one way or another, and it happens differently for everybody. And it's supposed to, because we're different people, and it's okay to be different, okay? So, yeah, I'm pretty sure some of these connections, you're glad it didn't work out. I'm pretty sure, if you seen this message, you're like, oh yeah, I got a couple of them. I'm glad they didn't work out. So, because they were lessons, those people were meant, now those relationships aren't a mistake, but they were meant to come in your life to show you and to teach you some things. It's preparation for the right mate. It's for your growth, for your maturity, for you to gain wisdom over time, because you're going to take those experience and you're going to cipher the knowledge, and you're going to apply it to your life as you move forward and you meet different people and have these different interactions, okay? So it gets better, okay? It doesn't get worse, it gets better, okay? Yeah, so with the King of Swords here, you're standing in authority. You know who you are. You're fully confident. You're not confused. You're not confused. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to say, I didn't know. It's okay. And if you've dated someone in the past, maybe I'm picking up someone possibly could have went through some verbal abuse. You know what? That is the past. You can't get it back. And whatever that person was saying to you to make you feel some kind of way, they were speaking to themselves. But at the time, you were unaware of that. But it's okay. It's being confirmed. If you were someone in a connection and you were experiencing verbal abuse, that person was talking to themselves. They were letting you know how they feel about themselves. And they wanted to get it off their chest so bad, they had to project it onto someone. But they weren't speaking to you. They were just revealing how they feel about themselves. Okay? Yes. Yeah, so allow yourself, give yourself the justice that you so deserve and that you desire. Allow this new energy and this new love to come into your life, because love is possible. And be mindful, if you have friends around you, or associates or family members who are telling you what's not possible. That's why they're saying keep this to yourself. This new person you meet, you start going out, you can, let somebody know you met someone, okay? I'm not saying you have to keep to yourself where you're afraid, where you're shaking like Don Knotts. No, I'm not saying that, okay? But It's none of their business about the condition of the connection. They can know you met somebody and you're going out, safety first, keep your location on, all that. But it's none of their business, what's going on between you and this person. It really isn't about their finances and did you get it on. That's none of their business. Where they work at, that's none of their business. That's none of their business. But you deserve this. So give yourself the justice, because that balance is being restored in your love life. I'm picking up you're someone who you feel like maybe, men ain't ish, women ain't. No, that's not true. That's not true. And you know what? You got to be mindful with speaking like that, especially when you are in search or trying to attract someone when it comes to your love life. Be careful, no. No, all men aren't dogs. Some of them are cats. How about that? We have the world energy here, okay? So the race is won with the world card. This is a whole new world. This is a whole new beginning. You got the high priestess, justice, the lovers out here, the 10 of cups, the wheel of fortune, the sun energy, which is the highest card in the deck, collective. Love, love, love. Try love. No need for hate. No need for hate. No need for hate. We have the Knight of Wands. Someone is coming in to confess and let you know. And when I say confess, this person is going to let you know they're interested in you and they're not going to hold back. You can meet this person in different ways. They're either going to approach you, you could run into them somewhere, have a small conversation, but there's new love, a drifting to your path, male or female. So once again, remain optimistic, okay? Later.